What's going on, y'all? So listen. We are back for another episode review of a whole new season of Real Housewives of Potomac season 3, episode 1. You gotta make millions to owe millions, bitch. Listen. They starting the shit off all fucking ready with some drama, okay? So, they do the little preview of what happened last season throughout the seasons, and um, next thing you know, we see the little intro. Okay, and we see Monique then got her little what is Potomac stuff. She got her little place on the marquee, okay, and then they got a new girl named Candace, and we see Ashley, Robin, Giselle, and Karen. There is no Sharice, so Sharice is out. Candace and Monique are in. Okay, you know. And then they started playing what happened at the reunion last year about how all the girls had their suspicions and wanted to know what was the reason why Karen left Potomac and went and moved into Great Falls, okay? And she was trying to make it seem like everything is all good. They showed the clip when the Black Bill Gates said, "Baby, I ain't never been broke since I was 17 years old, and I never go back that way." And they was all happy and cool. Yeah, that's what you do, boo. You tell them, you tell them. And then all of a sudden, they say 1 month later, that's when they start showing all those reports that was coming out in the blogs, in the Washington Post. And when they get into the Washington Post, because that's like the Washington Post, the New York is it New York Journal? Washington Journal, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, stuff like that. Them the real shits, okay? Especially on the business side. Washington Post and Wall Street Journal, when they start talking about money shit, 9 out of 10, that is some factual ass shit. So when the shit started coming out there, everybody is like, what the fuck? Because at first it said they was in back taxes for $1.5 million. Now it's saying they owe like $5 million or whatever. And, we see all the girls talking about it. And this is an old clip, we can tell, because Sharice is still involved. And she was like, yeah, see, this is what we was talking about. This had to be the reason that they moved out. But see, I'm confused, and I need Karen and them to, hit me up on this, because I'm pretty sure they're renting or leasing this new home. But you leave, is it cheaper at Great Falls? Because the house is bigger than what they left in Potomac. So I'm confused about that, if you owe all this money. But then we get into the present day, and we see this whole scene with Karen. Karen pops up, and um we just see her, in this big empty house, and I'm saying empty because it's only her in there at this moment. She's watering the plants outside, she's taking care of some stuff, she gets on the phone with her sister, and might I add, Karen, the less makeup on you, that natural type of makeup, less of it, and then the bone straight hair, she looked nice. I said, bitch, did you just go back a couple of years? She did look like she aged back a couple of years. I was like, okay. But she on the phone with her little sister trying to talk about everything that's going on and how she's feeling about that, and how she did not know, and how, the media is basically, just how she's going to deal with it. She's not understanding what's going on. And, you know, the whole thing happened, from what she's telling us, is that she did not know that she owed that money, that they owed the money. Or let's let her say it. She did not know that her husband owed this money, okay? Because she don't owe a damn thing. That's what she's saying. And I was like, is it business taxes? Because I can't remember. Business taxes, or is it personal taxes? Because if it's business taxes, then yeah, it's on him. He owes it on the business. But if it's personal, don't all that, once y'all get married, don't all that stuff get together? So his stuff is your stuff. And I said, damn, this about to be another Teresa and Joe Judice. Okay, going on, and somebody finna go to jail if they don't pay this money. Oh my God, it's not funny, because people do be out here having tax problems legitimately, and we just don't know the background. Mind you, we see what's her name? Karen, not Karen. Ashley meeting up with Giselle. They're friends and stuff like that. All of a sudden, Giselle was like she's still in a relationship with the dude that we saw at the reunion, Sherman. And I don't want to talk about nobody. Giselle got a type, okay? She got a type, and that's all I'm gonna say, okay? Just look at her ex, Jamal Bryant, and look at this one too, and you can figure that shit out right then and now. But they was talking about Ashley's relationship and how, she just want her to be really, really sure that she's ready to end the relationship. She's still with Sherman, and she been with him for almost a year. And she's like, ever since I know Ashley, this is like the most serious relationship I've been in, and she's a single girl now. Then they started talking about the whole thing with Karen, and they was just like, shit just ain't adding up. You can't tell me that Karen didn't know what was going on because she had to have signed something, and I'm dead ass serious. I believe that shit too. So, Monique and her husband Chris, they done moved into the house that they was looking at, in season one in Potomac. She let us be known. She let it be known to us that she's in the, what is it, 20854 Potomac area code. Okay, and she want to throw a big old party of like 300 people from the block. Bitch, you just got into the goddamn neighborhood, and you want to invite 300 plus people that you don't even fucking know. Well, most of them that you don't know from the neighborhood. Girl, this ain't no for Chris' birthday party because he about to turn 40. Chris shut that shit down real. He said, who paying? She laughed, and he was like, no, see, bitch, you got me last time with that one. You're not going to get me again, okay? Let us move into this house and let us get that situated. Then they go upstairs, and they were talking about how Chris hasn't spoken to his mother ever since he found out the things that she was saying behind her back. They're back about Monique calling her heifer and all that stuff that was said and shown last season. And I get it to be upset at the disrespect, but I would have sat down, given that the mom is elderly, and I know, sometimes these adult parents be doing too fucking much, but she seems like she's up in age, so I would have sat her down and like, Mom, you can't be doing this shit. That hurt my wife. That hurt me to hear you say some stuff like that. And I probably stopped talking to her for like a week at the most, okay? A couple of days at the least. But other than that, it wouldn't have went on for no few months or whatever. Your mom could have stroked out and died, and you would have been like, God damn. And you'd be mad at your wife and all that stuff. But, I'm thinking a little bit too much into it. But okay. And Monique was like, I want you to call your mom. He was like, you can call her. She was like, no, I want you to call her. And even Monique understood that, granted that she said these things, I wouldn't want to see them like this because she would feel away and feel hurt at the fact that her son was not talking to her. So, that was that. Then we get into this whole thing with Robin and Juan. As soon as they got out the car together, he slaps her ass, and I said, this bitch is still on this shit. You know what? At this point in time, I'm just gonna let Robin rock, okay? It's clear that she's not leaving Juan nor his dick alone, and it is what it is. I understand people can have a little fresh start or whatever, but I truly don't feel like Juan is in love with her no more. But, to each his own, and if it's working for them, hey, we gonna let it rock, all right? That's what we gonna do. They trying to get the boys some stuff for the sports and shit. Wanda got a new head coaching job, so he making a little bit more money. This is dream job, so they getting able to, move into a bigger house, and they still sleeping in the same bed. They still fucking, okay? So it's like, what was the point of getting a divorce? Was it for money reasons so that y'all won't have to pull y'all finances on the taxes and shit? I'm confused, but okay, it's like he's getting rewarded for the shit that he did. Like, I think he cheated on her, and that was one of the reasons for the divorce. And so you cheat, you still stay in the house, and you still sleep in the bed. So what was the point? Because you still acting like a married couple, and I'm confused. But all right. And then she was like, they get onto the whole topic of Karen. And she was like, when I got all these alerts on my new alerts about what was going on with Karen and all this stuff, it was confusing. And then when Karen told me, I was just sitting there on the phone with her for 3 hours and just letting her talk, letting her cry, whatever. And she's saying that she had no, idea what was going on with Ray, and that she was telling her not to be so angry with him because it's probably a reason. But then she was talking to Juan and was saying, I want to be there for her 100%, but I cannot figure out whether or not she's telling the truth or not, because Karen has been known to stretch the truth or to lie or to get caught up in some lies. And part of her is saying, I don't think she's telling the truth, the whole truth. So it's like, I want to be 100% there for you. And he was like, it shouldn't even matter. Just be there. I was like, that do matter. Because I'm going to be pissed the fuck out if I find out that bitch you was out here lying and all this shit. But he going to say something. Don't be like Ash. I said, Juan, you still butthurt because she called you out on your bullshit. Even though she was being a little nosy shit, but she called you out on your bullshit. Get the fuck over it. So Giselle is over here with her three daughters. They doing some little makeup stuff. I thought that was a cute little scene though. Want to know they hue and stuff. And she got her little hue makeup line. She said it's launched all over. And she FaceTiming her man. She ain't seen him in a couple of days, and she said this is the first man that she ever felt comfortable enough to bring to, have her daughters see, and that her daughters are around and things of that such. And so I feel like she being real serious, and I do feel as though Giselle is the type of person that will not just bring anybody around her kids. Okay, so I will give her that. And she said the man, all he want her to do was the two F's, which is feed him and fuck him. And she said, I don't feed that nigga, but I fuck him all the time, really good. So I mean, whatever, Giselle. So far, Giselle ain't annoying me. Last year when she did that whole thing with Monique, she got on my goddamn nerves, bitch. Giselle, she probably. So I ain't gonna say I'm 100% back on her side, on her team yet, but so far so good. So Ashley is with her friend, helping her get ready to leave the place that she was living at with her husband, and her friend was like, "This is a friend that she's known for past 15 years," and she said, are you sure about this? Are you sure you want to leave and things of that such? And she was like, I knew it was done with Michael that one night. She said, because the last time that I seen y'all, it wasn't on good terms. Y'all had that bad argument or whatever. And Ashley said, yeah, I knew I had to fucking go when Michael pulled all my dresses and stuff out the closet, threw it on the couch and said, here, get your shit and go. And don't let the doorknob hit you. I said, girl, you knew it. He told you to go. Okay, that's how you knew it was time to go, because he told you to go. But the whole thing is, Michael is over the whole the financial situation that's going on, with the mom and stuff, and he feels as though the mom is using him as a bank. And I don't know if he feel that about Ashley, but definitely about the mama. And we all saw that, okay? And she even said herself, she brought her mama a house. She brought her mama a car. She share a bank account and all this stuff. You doing this with shared money, okay? And, of course, I'm going to feel a way if that's what every time it comes to, you always getting your mama something with our money. We're not really discussing it. And it do seem like the mama is the type of person that want to take. And so the friend was like, you're gonna have to sit down and talk to her about that and let her understand it. As we saw in the preview, the mama ain't gonna be too happy about that shit. I'm like, oh fucking well, mama gotta get a job. I know she was working all her life trying to do all this stuff, but you can't live off your kids. You really can't. She's married to that man and you're living off of him. And he said no more. And I said, well, dude, this is what happens when you marry somebody 30 years your junior, I should say. So, Karen was talking to Ray. We finally see Ray. And, she was like, when all this stuff came out, she needed her friends to talk to. And the only one that basically picked up was Robin. And she glad that she did. And Robin gave her some good advice that she used not to be so pissed off at Ray. And try to understand the situation. And she was like, I want to take her out to lunch or whatever to, tell her thank you. So she sat down with Ray and was like, I understand that some shit was going on, but you need to tell me what's happening, because this is not just affecting you, bitch. This is affecting me too, okay? And she was like, how come I did not know about this? Why didn't I know? Bitch, didn't Robin just say the girl be acting like she don't know shit? She Ray said, I did tell you. I did tell you. A few years ago when I got the company, I told you some stuff that was going on. I didn't realize that it was going to be this much, but I told you some shit was happening. I said, bitch, she wasn't paying attention. But I guess since the years have went past, you probably forget all of that. And the stuff just start piling up. And, she was like, well, why didn't you tell me? Is it going to affect me? He said, no, it's not going to affect you. It's not gonna move over into our personal stuff. Well, not your personal stuff, because at this point, Karen let us know that she has to thank Ray for helping her manage her finances. And they already filed. Now this just answered my question from the beginning of the review. They don't file joint taxes even though they're married. They file separate taxes. And she said they don't have a joint bank account. They have separate bank accounts. Bitch, let me fucking tell you. I looked up and I said, well, shit, Karen, you get a fucking point for that. Maybe your ass is safe from this shit. And it's all on motherfucking right. Bitch, if I ever, I'm doing the same goddamn thing. Joint my ass. Okay, you gonna end up like Ashley and Michael up there trying to figure out what the fuck. Why did you take this money out to go spend on your goddamn mama? That is a joint bank account, okay? You need to talk to us and we need to make this joint decision, okay? And if you want to do all this, get your own fucking bank account. Karen learned, okay? Karen said, bitch, and I still ain't got a joint one. I said that was a good move right there. She said, so Ray was protecting me. Bitch, that was cute and all, but I still think that Karen ain't telling the 100% truth. But moving on from that, speaking of Miss Ashley, when she was at that apartment, that's the apartment that she was staying in. When she was packing, she packing to go back to Michael, okay? Now she was putting the stuff in the bag in a car, and then Giselle called. She was like, "Girl, you sound like you was crying. You okay?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Me and Michael, we had this little heated discussion the night before, and she was like, "You still gonna move in though? Maybe you shouldn't." She was like, "No, I was thinking about what you said, but I'm ready to move. I'm good. I'm good." And once again, the argument was about her mom, okay? And so I'm like, Ashley, this is a situation that you have to fix because you made this situation. If it's about your mother and the stuff that you let happen, you helped make this situation, so you gotta hurry up and fix this shit. Because if he was to tell your mama, then you'll be like, bitch, you out of line, talk to my mama like this, talk to my mama like that. You know how people are with their parents or whatever. Can't nobody talk to them but them. But I said, girl, I would not be moving back, okay? Michael seemed like he liked to he controlling, and that's the only girl. If you like it, oh well, deal with it. So Ashley come on in, and Michael got some flowers and stuff in the car saying thank you for coming back home, and basically the whole situation with her mother, he just wants boundaries. That's all that it is. Just learn your place. And even though he seems controlling, obviously he has no problem doing for her mother when she needs it. It's just that have a little bit of boundaries. If I feel like she really need it, I'll let you do it if it's a dire situation. But don't let your mama cross the fucking line, okay? Karen takes out Robin, they meet up at this restaurant, and she sits down and she was like, thank you when I reached out to you. You was there for me. You gave me some sound advice. Ray, he's still not really letting me in because Ray can't really talk about the stuff because he's in court litigations with it, and because he's under legal stuff. They're not in the joint thing. If they were being charged jointly, then they can talk about it, but since it's just him, he don't want to involve her with the case and stuff. And Robert was like, that's cool and all, but I just feel like, when we was in that conversation, no lie, I just had a feeling. Were you telling me the 100% truth? Did you know? Did you not know? And I was like, well, be honest with it. Of course, Carrie got to throw shade and be like, you know, you wouldn't even know, she wouldn't even know nothing about what it means to go through what they're going through. Yeah, they had their little problems or whatever, but see, you ain't even with a man that makes that much money. Hell, you not even married. I said, girl, it don't fucking matter. They got out the situation without it being blasted on fucking news and stuff like that. And regardless of what we can say about Juan and Robin, we can say a whole bunch of shit about their situation, but they never hid it and they never denied it and they never lied about each and every aspect of it. Karen, can we say the same about you? No. Robin went on and was like, so I discussed it with the girls. Like, a lot of the girls feel the same way that you not telling the complete truth. Wait a minute, so you discussed our conversation with the girls? Girl, let me tell you something. When you read stuff on the blogs, hold on, what is a blog? I said, Karen, if you don't get the fuck up out of here. She was like, okay, when you read something off the Washington Post is a monumental institution. Well, when you read stuff off the Washington Post, okay, don't expect people like us in our circle not to want to talk about it, and it's all the way out there. And that is true. Everybody's going to be talking about it, so whatever. But I get what Karen is saying about how I had a conversation with you and it should have stayed between us. If I wanted everybody else to know, I would have put it out there myself. But at the same time, Karen, you can't get upset that this got out when you said the same thing to Robin, that you said in the Washington Post thing that you had nothing to do with it. So what are you really upset about? I'm confused. Now you saying that Robin is dead to you. She's not a friend to be trusted, and you through with her, and all that shit. And I'm like, y'all do the same thing to each other. Y'all get news and spread each other news and spread each other words, what y'all said, and y'all talk behind each other back. She said y'all are backstabbing batches. Okay, I said, did she say batches? Batches. Batch. Yes. I said, oh, all right. I'm going to start using that. Stupid ass batch. Fuck you mean batch? Come here, little batch. But anyway, she was over it. I said, Karen, sit your ass down and finish that food. Don't waste that shit. She was like, you know what? It is what the fuck it is. Let me tell you something. You got to make millions to owe millions, and I'm good. Now, let me just tell you something. I would have been sitting there looking at Karen like this. You proud of that? You proud of that? That you make millions to owe millions? Okay, baby, I'm finna make millions and owe thousands in taxes, and that's about it, okay? That's all the fuck I'm finna do, bitch. What you talking about? I'm not finna make millions and lose the millions, bitch. What the fuck? That don't make no goddamn sense, Karen. Come the fuck on. And you happy about that shit. Or no, you was trying to act like you was proud about that shit, like you throwing out a point. And then when Robin said, well, girl, have fun staying over there in Great Falls. She was like, bitch, what you trying to do? Okay, I can stay anywhere, okay? I can stay anywhere and be fabulously Karen Hugler. Can you be anywhere and be fabulously Robin Dixon? And to be quite honest, depending, see, you couldn't even, I was about to say, that was a dig at Robin, but see, the difference between Robin and Karen is, Robin knows her budget, and Robin ain't trying to live above her means, though. So she would never be in a situation like that, meaning that, they coming after her or she's going into places where she can't afford. When she went through her little bankruptcy shit, she had her in her stuff, and it wasn't because of her not knowing the finances. It really was because a friend that they trusted, that they thought was on the up and up, was taken from them, that had this thing going on that Juan and him was into. So it really wasn't her fault 100%, but see, they getting themselves out of it. They're not lying about it. They're not hiding behind it, and they're not living above their means, okay? They live certain places. They had to downsize a little bit. They had to save up, and they waited until they were comfortably ready to move on up to another place, and it's not a huge place out of their means. Unlike you, Karen, okay? Y'all renting and leasing stuff, but you claim you got millions and shit like that. Why don't you just buy the house outright? But you're not gonna do that because you ain't got the money like that. But okay, so in Robin's world, she can go places and live where she needs to live at in her budget and still be fabulous, Robin. You probably can do the same thing, but can you do it without being evicted? Okay, we just gonna put that out there right in there. And then she tried to get back at her and say, why don't you stay over there in Handover by yourself alone? Where the fuck is Handover? Bitch, it ain't no dig. It ain't no dig. And I was just like, Robin, bitch, I don't give a fuck where you stay at. Okay, but Robin, you did bring up the Great Falls. And that was a dig because, she want to be the Grand Dame of Potomac, but you living up in Great Falls. Oh, okay. But, she was over it and she called herself walking the fuck out. I said, you know what, Karen? Stop it, okay? Because you getting defensive because you're lying. She is not telling the 100% truth, and you cannot convince me otherwise. But that was the first episode. It was cute. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.